United States of America starting game number 1. Bacon, I'm F-Dot. Let's jump in.
Let's do that indeed. I'm just going to gloss over the fact that you've been putting an ant farm in your extra sketch. But hey, Kokita looking to just get that away. Garrett wants to keep control, going to look to dig it back to Chicago, and I'm digging that. The slow drop into the center is met so well by Mexico, and this instant back and forth. This is what we wanted to see, F-Dot. Just Mexico, be ready for and... Ooh, that was so spicy for a moment.
I expect this one to be real fast. America's going to turn up the jets, because at the end of the day, I think that's how you beat Mexico. If they slow it down, this is going to be a much more even contest. So USA, I really want to see them kind of hit the gas, ignore the brakes. Sebs can't finish it off, and Kokita isn't there in time. Ness late as anything. And because of that, Mexico drops their first opportunity.
And what a call there from USA. Chicago trying to just dribble it on out in the air, but Garrett G needs to make that pop. He needs to get that pinch alongside his teammate. First killer, what a touch! Just somehow swerves on in and shoots towards top right.
That's exactly what you want to see if you're USA. And see this? This is similar to what Mexico's opportunity looked like, but Mexico dropped the ball, and USA has first killer, and so they won't be dropping the ball. 1-0.
1-0, and you're right, it's like a perfected play. They saw what Mexico did and went, you know what, that's a good idea. Let's refine that a little bit. So close to hitting the mark. Sebs is weighing out there, the pass to Kokita, but just off target again. That refinement is needed.
That's the difference. That is absolutely the difference when we look at these good teams versus these great teams. Just a little bit more accuracy on that second play, a little bit more ability to just wherewithal is what I'm going to say for the first one. And so Mexico drops 2 clean opportunities, something we have to see them pick up if they want to find themselves with a victory, or perhaps more than that. Sebs sets up the trail, and there it is! Ness at 3:05 perfected the play and ties the game.
What a backboard pass that is from Sebs, just clean. Still first killer's not going to be able to get up to it in time, so keeps it relatively high instead of just dropping it straight on down to earth. Well picked up. And again, when we're looking at this Mexican squad, top 24 in North America. USA, of course, is smattering from the top 6s, but I mean, Mexico, that slouch count goes up by 1.
What I liked about that play was that it was fundamental. That was Rocket League competition 101. They were like, all right, we've tried a couple. Listen, backboard pass. Just hit it, and we did it. And now with 2:41 to go, we've got a whole new ball game. Midfield being battled over. First killer set up by Garrett G. Shot is wide. Chicago here pops it, but a bad touch. And Sebs will kick it out towards Ness, hits the brakes, and Garrett G is able to shove it out towards Kokita. Above 1, there's a shot. And Chicago high and outside.
Weird energy going on in that Mexico net. First killer not able to finish off. Garrett G going high. Something is a little bit strange, but Mexico's defense itself has to be credited. Seb's well worked around. First killer of Chicago wants to keep it going, but Garrett G out of position. He was looking for bumps.
First killer's looking for a play of his own. One tap. There's the follow-up. Blocked by Sebs. A beautiful save keeps the game tied. And we're midfield one more time. Ness by himself doesn't have the reset. Can't finish it. So first killer's the one trying to get it out of this corner. Sebs will meet. No. But Kokita, light shot.
Yeah, it might be light, but again, it's just keeping the pressure going. You don't need to go straight from there. Look at Sebs there. So cheeky.
Yes.
At the top of the bin. Seb's going to be able to run this on back all the way to the corner. Pick up 100. He's got a bit of time. Ness is doing well. The whole first killer off. Kokita. Wow. Okay. Wow. Double demo. Works, take it. And Sebs, what a good hounding.
That's what Mexico needed. They needed the reset there. You were afraid. It was a weird, wonky possession, and they needed that double demo, and they got it. So because of that, 60-second warning, anybody's game.
It is indeed. But Mexico with the launch downfield. Chicago might get a slight little touch. Bird's going to take a disguise. He's going to look for the drop down, but what a dislodge from Ness. It's got to be said, Mexico have stepped up their backboard defense. Garrett G. Oh, this is a nervy moment. Garrett's going to have to try and follow on through. Does get it. Gets the bump. And hey, even has a little bit of time to spare to finish it off.
Nice play here by Chicago. Lines it up and then just cleans it. Where is everyone? Mexico kind of failed on that defensive rotation. One player kind of missed it.
I mean, when we're looking over the stats for USA, they had the most demos, the most bumps. They were just getting physical. They were getting in your face. It felt like they were playing American football rather than soccer. But, oh, wow.
And so that first one, or rather, I guess the second goal that USA scores was a little bit rough. This one was a breakdown. You see Coquita miss. Sebs goes up for the hand of the face, can't make it happen. And Ness already going to the other side. That one all but confirms the game. Kobe on the clock, USA with 2 above 1. We'll see what happens.
Still got to look at it, though. They were threading the needle there. They had to find the point where their opposition could not reach it. Somehow going to be able to barrel on through with it. And it makes it awkward for Mexico, just breaking down the time here. 5 seconds left to go. It's all but done. Just let this one run out, but it's got to be said, spirits are high for Mexico right now. They're not just going to get walked over.
Not at all. You know, for all the superlatives that Canada has earned this contest, if you want my power rankings, I have USA number 1 above Canada, and Mexico is number 3. And that said, I think it's a very,
Brazil?
Yes.
Today's going to be fun, man. I'm so excited. I'm there like, that's bold.
Yes, the way that, because it's the way that they played. If I had come into this contest just with my notes and some stuff, I put Brazil over Mexico easy any day of the week. But watching them play, look at what we're seeing.
So that's crazy because I put Brazil over Canada, I think, at the moment. They're going to make the lower bracket.
Wowie zowie.
You saw how they were coming back into, I think Brazil just need to be angered, yo. They just need to sort of like get that fire going in them. I could see Brazil doing the lower bracket run, and I'm all for that.
At the same time, I think Mexico is a very similar thing. We can look at all the stats, we can look at all the groups, but there's that X factor. For Brazil, you say it's a little bit of anger. For Mexico, I mean, this is a team, we talked to Ness yesterday, like we said, this is a team that's like loud, proud, wants to make a stamp. There's a lot of Latin American teams that have come through, South American teams that have done work. And here in the Americas, America are the ones that are doing work. A bad touch by Mexico leads to a Garrett G goal.
I mean, Garrett G has been here, there, and everywhere within the Rocket League scene since pretty much day
He's
one.
The guy.
He is an OG. Mexican's coming on through. He's there going, okay, I'm all for that, but, you know, let me give you the lesson.
Ness misses the touch, won't be able to equalize just yet. Coquita sends it towards mid. First killer with the booming clear. First killer waiting for it. Nesco climbs the ladder, finds it up first. Drop down to the shooter. And Chicago steals it away. Midfield one more time. And first killer sends it to the teammate. But Coquita has evened the playing field for now. Does Mexico have an opportunity?
Unfortunately not. I mean, this is the calm before the storm. This is just the battle for midfield control right now. That's a nice launch over to Chicago. The shot towards net. And Ness makes the save. Once again, that last line defense has been picked up by Garrett G. He does what he wants.
Garrett G is on fire right now. You said he was an OG and he's playing like he's been here since day one. Spoiler alert, he has been.
I just heard Arlie gush in the background, just like a, what?
I mean, it's a pretty play.
It is. So
that's the type of gameplay that's going to make America blow this team out. And Mexico, that's the game right here. This is what we are going to expect from the U.S., and Mexico has to change that. Mexico has to deal with what USA is throwing at them.
You got to think the morale here as well, F-Dot. Just goals like that being thrown at you, and you need to turn it on around. It's only been a minute 30 on into this game too. First killer hounding for another one. That's a good save once again by Ness. But a second man needs to come through and get it away. Double commit to that one. Seb's the only man back in there. Garrett G just looking to be tricky with it. He wants to drop down the waterfall onto himself. Not able to find it, but, well, not able to be found in defense as well. Just look at that, the double commit between Kokita and Ness. Seb's was going out to get boost. He was cheating up. I respect that, but I don't respect a double commit.
That's the thing, you know, the double commit, just failure for the Mexican squad there as they try and find a piece of the pie. 3 minutes to go, and as many goals for the United States. And this one has been looking easy for the red, white, and blue so far. Kokita sends one, and there's no trailer.
Looking to maybe toe up a little bit here, Mexico. It's got to be said from USA, they have really cleaned up their act. Every single shot is a threat. Beforehand is a little bit wide, a little bit high, still handsome, but did not have that same impact. So Mexico able to deal with it. I am not able to deal with this though. That's what came out of nowhere. Look straight at Chicago. He's there for that, and he's not there for that.
Just unaware. I mean, situational awareness is what you kind of need. Thankfully, the USA has been playing lights out. And so, one goal, not too concerning. Still half a game to go, so it is a little bit on the concern scale, but you still have a 2-goal lead.
I love how he had to touch the monitor there, just to check that, yep, that's real. There is still half a game to go on this one. Only 2 separating them, and, well, you say it's lights out, but Metzger has just flipped the switch. Ness into the corner. Kokita beaten by first killer with a back pass to Garrett G. Chicago's coming in wild, but Sebs does get a touch, sent off to the side. First killer over towards Garrett in the center. He's going for the second touch, just wide of target. Sebs, you gotta run. He gets a 50-50. Is he going to be able to beat the rest of the team? No, Kokita's going to be able to step on it, but he's got no options in the center.
There's no help from the rest of the Mexican squad. First killer by himself. And that's reminiscent of how Mexico has been looking. A nice setup with no one to answer the call. Garrett G here, right into the nose of Kokita. And first killer, off the side, off the corner. Chicago met by Sebs. And Garrett G will send it to the wrong side. Chicago sends it to the right side. And just a sort of battle here in the midfield. Looking for the transition is USA.
Yeah, Mexico can handle this battle for the midfield. It's once USA starts going high, looking for these very intricate passes to one another. First killer, running it down the wall. Kokita is there, but all we can do is just slow things down with that bat ball. Garrett G barreling on through. He's wanting Chicago to step on in, but Chicago has to retreat, tail between his legs, but first killer will step up.
This has been a much better game for the Mexican squad in the latter half of it. But unfortunately, the time is waning. 46 seconds, the U.S. still with possession, and Garrett G looking like he could set up Chicago here. Kokita gets there first, though. Chicago knows first killer's in the midfield. And there's first killer with a shot. Ness with the hand in the face. And Kokita off to the races if it wasn't for Chicago. And America retains possession and then some. Garrett G with 4 for the U.S.
This man is absolutely on fire. Don't go grab the fire extinguishers. He's okay. He knows what to do right here. 666s. I mean, if that's not ominous for Mexico, I don't know what is.
The hat trick for Garrett G. This man has been doing all of the dirty work for the USA. First killer trying to get involved and will be invited to the party. 5-1.
Yeah, but that's after 6 shots on net. First killer's role, that change to being the playmaker, the assist king, is not for a lack of shots.
No.
It's just peppering that net, continuously being a threat. Yeah, they're getting saved this time, but the follow-ups have just been so crisp.
And what's fun for me is, like, a lot of times we'll see teams play what I dub popcorn offense, where you're just taking shot after shot. Doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. And that's not what we're seeing out of the U.S. We're seeing, honestly, good looks, good attempts almost every single time they shoot. That's why they wind up with a 5-1 scoreline here in game number 2. Fantastic play out of the United States. Mexico looked really good in game number 1. U.S. shifted gears in game 2, and Mexico could not find that second gear.
No, they could not. Brazil started our hopes for the comeback. Mexico, that torch, the flame, has now just been passed on to you. I mean, Brazil were able to get 1 back and nearly 2. I think Mexico can take a game, but it's got to be some of the best Rocket League they've ever played.
Absolutely. And I think the gravity of the situation is not lost on the players. They absolutely understand what it is to take this one. They know what it is to burn. And Mexico here, 1 game away from potentially being sent down to the lower side of our Americas region playoff bracket, as both of these teams fight for the right to be crowned King of the Americas. And first killer will start us off. Drop it down for Chicago, and Ness is there first.
It's always Ness in defense at the moment, it feels like, but Seb's looking to start a runaway, trying to keep it close to his chest, but unfortunately, not going to get a little bit too far. It's a good little clearance. Seb, so I don't like that step on in, just that sort of jump into the air. It's just too hopeful. You've got to be more calculating because, I mean, heck, you're looking at this USA team, and I think Super put it earlier, they're not doing the calculations, they're doing the muscle memory. Like, they have already experienced this before, and they just know, ball here, it go there.
Garrett G's initials are GG, and he's playing like that's all he wants to say. USA blazing through this one, a first goal here above Mexico. Tough to keep up.
I mean, USA is speed running this tournament.
Yes.
That's what it feels like, not dropping a game yet. And like you said, with Garrett G, first killer and Chicago, I don't think they intend to drop a game just yet. Sebs, finally the opportunity arising. It is just slightly wide. That's a perfect little set into the middle, but again, first killer's got it covered.
The Mexican team just seems on different pages. I see that transition goal. I need the follow-up. I need the left wing to be there a little bit quicker. That's a nice setup and just no one there. How many times have you dialed the phone and no one on the other end? That has been the issue. In game number 1, Mexico has just been dropping due to mechanics, accuracy. This game, the players seem disjointed.
Can't remember the last time I actually dialed a phone. You just get your little contact list and boop, there it is. Convenience.
Oh, there it is.
This will be convenient as well right now for Mexico. Perfectly on the 1-minute 30 mark.
Right here, Ness just given a gift. And these are the goals that have to land. Mexico needs to take advantage of these opportunities. They can and they will. 3:30 on the clock. And Mexico trying to get out of school.
What's the saying? You've got to score those. Well, Ness just did. Chicago, though, not full control over that. A little bit too much power from Ness. Kakita going to be able to keep this up in the mid. Seb's not there first, but Ness taken off wide. What a read by Chicago. The pop-up looking to line it up. But again, the touch coming on through from Garrett G. For the first time in what feels like forever. Just not good enough.
Scary double commits coming out of Mexico, but ultimately no goal scored just yet. Garrett G will change that! And the man might have a plan. But either way, he's taking it to the bank, whether it's reactive, proactive, he's just active.
I mean, whatever he's getting out of the bank is definitely money. All these teams today going away with money, but I mean, USA looking at the 22 grand on top and thinking, that's ours.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. That's going to be mine.
Certainly looking for the payday and the legacy. The Intel World Open, an entire a global competition. Shot wide here from the US as everybody trying to etch their name, and Coquita makes that one a little bit errant. The USA continues to fire off shots. Sebs gets there before Garrett, preventing the second hat trick for Garrett G here today.
We've been close to having upsets, it's got to be said, for those crowns. Australia in the OCE region, Japan taking it from mainland Asia, and well, France, Team B, taking it for Europe. I mean, USA are the expected champions of the Americas, but we have got 4 fantastic, phenomenal teams vying for that spot, and all with claims to that crown.
That's the thing. Listen, game number 2 here was kind of a blowout. We look at the first contest, and I think that was the best Mexico has played. And here in the third one, we are separated by a single goal. Ness setting up an offensive opportunity. Sebs right and wide, can't find the net.
And again, too much power coming in from Kokita. Ness looking to keep this under his control as he sends it over towards Sebs, who's got to go for the pop play. Chicago is there. Look at Ness. One of the followers around on the wall. Not going to be able to find Kokita, who is back, and that's a runaway goal. Just the snipe from downfield by Garrett G.
Hats on the field. Garrett G, 2 in a row here, folks. As the main man, you see it right there, RLCS champion, Garrett G, trying to take home 2 titles in 1 season. And he'll pick up the ball one more time. A minute to go. 2 goals for Mexico to catch up. And Kokita, left side, looking for Ness, who's midfield. Kokita, bad touch.
And that's what irks you so much, is you're there like, I love this team. They've got it all. But the thing is, it's just that refinement. Once again, it's just the fine-tuning that is needed. Don't get me wrong, these lads all have very bright futures. Almost so bright that you don't want to stare directly at it. Out of fear of blinding yourself. But Chicago, first killer, and Garrett G are currently living that dream. They have made it on through, and it is for such a good reason.
Right side, final possession here. It belongs to the U.S. We need to see a goal if Mexico wants to take this one right now. Sebs looking for that opportunity, and great defense by first killer shoves him out of the way. The countdown from 3 is good. The ball will be grounded. And the USA will continue on the upper side. Mexico will face Brazil.
That they will. And that is one that's going to be very